We left Southport, North Carolina, and headed 15 miles north to Carolina Beach State Park. We stayed at the marina there, which they have like RV park camping, and they have a marina as well. And it was a quaint little marina, very nice people, and it was right off the ICW.
There was a otter that hung out at the dock, and I never could get a picture of. This is the best I could do.
So the park was very pretty, wooded, and they have plants there. They have a
Venus flytraps.
This is the area that the Venus flytraps are native to this area, and we were able to see some actual ones that were starting to sprout.
How far down the hiking trail did you have to go to see the Venus flytraps?
We went a long way, and then they were planting some also behind the visitor center that were better.
And then one day we saw another deer, and it was just crossing the road in front of us in the golf cart, and it was pregnant. We just got a glimpse of it. And then we got there, and it was a really windy day, and we stayed a day or two until the wind had passed, and then we got up early one morning to try to get out on high tide. Low tide was very low. I mean, we had 18 inches of water under the boat. So we had to wait till the tide was up before we can get out. And we were very careful to kind of back up into some of the deeper water here, going backwards. And then once we got kind of turned around, I headed out through the channel out to the intercoastal waterway. And you can see how early it is. The sun's not even up yet. But you got to deal with the tides. When the tides are good, you got to go. And I guess, where did we head to? We headed to Mile Hammock Bay. Is that what the next spot was?
Yes.
And we're still continuing out. The sun's still not up. But some of these mornings are just gorgeous, you know, on the water. And this was especially gorgeous because we were in a state park, and the trees, and they have a little beach over to the behind the camera there that you could go sit on. It was too cold. We had our jackets on the whole time. I'm ready for the water to get warmer.
Yeah, me too. I'm tired of wearing a jacket.
They have a little breakwater there. So our anchorage for this particular trip was at called Mile Hammock Bay, and the land you see behind there is Camp Lejeune, the Marine base. So this is part of their base, and they let people anchor out here in this little cove that they had, and it was very, very nice, very beautiful day. We saw a couple of Osprey helicopters for the Marines flying over, and Mike from No Agenda said when he was there, they had some inflatable dinghies out there that they were running around on, and the Marines were in the scuba. Then they were scuba diving off of it as part of a training thing. And but we stayed there one night and got up really early the next morning because we had to make this bridge.
It opens on the hour and the half hour, and we got here at 7:25. So we timed it perfectly. This is why we got up so early and left at daybreak, because we wanted to make this early opening. So they're not opening quite yet. We still have another couple of minutes. We've been told they open exactly on time. So we're just waiting for that. We are making our way today to Beaufort, North Carolina. And the winds are supposed to pick up around 11 a.m. So we're not going to make it by 11 a.m., but we're going to make it before the higher winds start. So as we were traveling along the ICW, we come across these just just beautiful houses right on the water, on the rivers and the ICW. That it's just fun to watch that, look at the houses and see the different styles and just ooh and ah.
This is a little stretch that goes along in front of Morehead City, and on the left of the screen there, that sort of little streak is just shallow. It's just shoaled all the way down for miles that you can't get across. And then we made it to and got docked in Beaufort. What was the name of the marina?
It was Beaufort Docks Marina. It was right off the downtown area. You see the houses here and everything.
And then the wind started blowing. This is why we came here, to get out of the wind. And you can see it's just, the wind's just blowing.
It got up to like 50 miles an hour, didn't it? Okay. All right, we are in Beaufort, North Carolina, and we're about to take a tour on the, what'd you call this?
Double-decker bus.
Double-decker bus.
Which we just found out is actually from London. Mm-hmm. And one of the ladies, her name is Shirley, who does some of the historic home tours, is from England. Mm-hmm. She and her husband moved here some years ago, and they did help the town acquire this bus.
So they have a guided tour of the home, of some older homes here in this area. And then they also have the guided tour around the town. That's the bus tour we're going to go on.
Right. And what a bargain. Each were $15. So,
yeah. Yeah.
We're about to do the bus tour. We'll let you know how it ends up.
Absolutely. Jody and I had a great time on this tour of the town. So it took us all around. There's the old part of town and the new part of town, and they're about 5 years apart. And the old part of town was established in 1709, so it wasn't much of a difference. The houses were just beautiful. There's a few stories that they told. One was about that Blackbeard, this was one of his favorite ports, the Blackbeard the pirate. This was one of his favorite ports to come back to. And then a second story was, as we drove by the cemetery, there's a young girl who, her father was a ship captain, and he took her back to England when she was about 10, I guess. And on their way home, she caught yellow fever and she passed away on the voyage. And he had promised his wife that he would that she would return to North Carolina. So he bought a barrel of rum and he put her in the rum and then brought her back to North Carolina, and they buried her in that barrel full of rum. And every year children come and they put toys on her grave, and they said that every January they clean off the grave, and in just a few weeks it's full again.
Now this is the historic district that we're in. There's a lot of plaque homes here. If you want a plaque for your house, you've got to apply for it.
Shirley was dressed in period clothes from the 1700s, and she gave us a tour of 5 historic buildings in the Old Town area. This is the apothecary that they have moved to this site, and there was also a jail and a courthouse and 3 homes, I believe, one of which was just very opulent, and the others were a little more sedate.
You wouldn't like being in a jail, would you?
No.
Yeah.
Not then or now.
This is a golden chain, they put that on your ankle so that you couldn't walk very well. It's a very heavy ball here.
That's an original ball.
And this is a jailer and his wife there.
So we left Beaufort, North Carolina this morning, and we are on this little cut through. I don't know what this is. I don't think it's a river, but Chris says he thinks it is a river. We think it's the Neuse River. It is Sunday morning, which we usually try not to travel on a weekend, but we really haven't seen anybody out today. It's been nice. We've just passed all these houses, and over this way in the distance is the town of Harlow, which is my maiden name. So they didn't spell it right. They put an E on it, but it's still a Harlow, so I'm happy about that. So looking forward, there's no houses here coming around this around this bend up there, and beautiful, beautiful day. Nice blue sky. It's chilly, but the winds this weekend, the winds yesterday, today's Sunday, and the winds on Saturday were just so bad. It got up to about 50-mile-an-hour gusts. So we were glad to be in a marina in Beaufort, but we are headed to Oriental.
We arrived in Oriental, and we ended up over near the free docks. The free docks were full. We didn't get in, but it was very nice little town. Here's some of the houses and restaurants right there by the docks. We ended up staying in the
Oriental Inn and Marina.
Yes. And they have a little pool, and they have a little tiki bar there, and it was just a small town, very quaint, very nice. Here's the little hotel that they have, painted yellow, and it was a beautiful day. Grass is getting green. There was robins all around. It really felt like spring. We were kind of a day late for the farmers market. It was the day before.
All right, we are pulling out of Oriental. We stayed at the Oriental Inn and Marina, and it was a really cute little marina. Very nice people. Small town. We were only here overnight. We had some good food at M&M restaurant, and we are leaving early this morning and making our way to Bellhaven, North Carolina. We had a really nice time in Oriental. The locals would stop and they chatted with us, and then we ended up having docktails on our boat with Salute and Boathouse and No Agenda. We were able to ask Salute a lot of questions about the Chesapeake Bay because they were cruising the Chesapeake Bay last year.
We took some pictures of video of No Agenda as they were traveling along with us in the Neuse River outside of Oriental, and you can see it's a little bit choppy out there. Well, this is the Neuse River. We're heading down the Neuse River, and this direction is the Atlantic. We're fixing to make a turn here and head towards those, into that land area up another channel, which is on the way to wherever we're going. I can't remember the name. It starts with a B. Bellhaven. But it's we're in a big expanse of open water here where the Neuse River meets the Atlantic. Rarely see land. I'm trying to stay inside because it's kind of windy, but it's very beautiful this morning. Just cruising along. We were having trouble with one of the propellers, the starboard propeller on Miracle, so we took this opportunity to head to TJ's marina to have Miracle pulled out and have both propellers reconditioned and have the bottom cleaned and some sinks replaced, and it was interesting. We hadn't had her out of the water since last March, so it was good to see her, do a little inspection of the underside.
So we'll be here in Bellhaven a couple more days, waiting for the props to return from the shop. So tune in next week to find out how everything turns out. If you haven't already, please subscribe and hit the notification bell, and it'll let you know when our new videos are out. And we love reading your comments. So if you have a chance, drop us a line.
And also ask questions. We're putting together a question and answer video that'll come out probably Wednesday. It's almost all done. So hang in there, and thanks for watching our videos. Okay, here's the third installment of View from the Shower Window, and this is Mile Hammock Bay, which is right there at Camp Lejeune. And as you can see, the sun's not even up. Had the window open to shower, and it's just like dead still and quiet. Behind the boat on the other side is where those boats were anchored. But it was just a beautiful morning. Just so peaceful.